Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Puckett and Mr. X here in New York City, and we're gearing up for game number 2. OpTic holds on to a 10-point lead at the end of that last one.
Yeah.
Nice comeback by JustUs after being outslayed for the first 9 minutes.
Yeah, just a little bit too late from JustUs. You know, they had the rotations down point. They just weren't killing anybody on the rotations. That was the problem.
This is for top 2 guys, and for some serious prize money, 3rd place guaranteed. A hefty, I think it's at least $500 there.
Bunch of money.
But if you finish in the top 2, you're taking home a minimum of $2 grand.
It's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
For online tournament, not
online
bad.
tournament, not bad.
Yeah. Speaking of $2 grand, we have 2K prize pools for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Brought to you by the Expendables 3 guys. So if you want to play in the MLG 250 series, a minimum of $250 on the line.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty darn good, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's get into the action, though. It's time for game number 2, and we're headed to Recovery. This map, of course, you know it for the dynamic map elements. It switches sides of this area, but in Search and Destroy, we're going to stay pretty consistent, and we want to watch Nadeshot, who's going with the Moore sniper off the break here.
Yeah, obviously, you know, sniping in this bottom area, he has that variable zoom that allow him to get that 10 times scope, as you would say, and he's going to pick one off right there. He's going to take Enable out.
All right, good start for Nade. You see Formal just watching his back. So Formal, he's simply playing a role here. Now, Crim6, he had moved all the way down from that B capture point and domination up to the A bomb plant. They are going to lose one as Nadeshot's cleaned up by Classic down the middle, and Scumpy's trying to return fire in the back. This is a tricky play, and he is going to get burnt. Scumpy cleaned up as Formal is going to be taken down by Moch, and there we see the final kill on Crim, as it's going to be JustUs opening up with a strong defensive start.
Yeah, pretty strong showing from JustUs right here at the start of this S&D recovery. One thing I want to note, I saw these two teams play this, well, I saw OpTic play this the other night against Denial, and they ended up losing pretty bad. I think it was 6-1 rounds or 6-2 rounds, something along those lines. And you know, they were not happy with their performance. They said they didn't know the map very well. They didn't really think it was a good one, but it's interesting to see their different strategies today as opposed to the other day.
Nadeshot not afraid to challenge down low. The question is, will an opponent have an angle on him if he goes to second level? Let's switch it up, though. I want to get on board with Formal, who's watching this left lane. He's going to be watching the A bomb site. If Formal sees nothing, that means all the action is going near Scump and Crim6 over at B. Formal spotting a player, and it's going to be Scumpy with the first blood on Classic. Can Formal make it 2 down?
Yeah, you know, Formal is trying to get this pick over here on this left side. Looks like Mochilla is able to take out Crim6, even this up at 3 apiece.
And there's the opportunity. Formal putting away the sniper, quickly jumps back out the challenge, about to kill a Leaf. And while he's doing all that, his teammates were just massacred on the right side of the map. Scumpy and Nadeshot down with Moch and Enable picking up those bow kills. So Formal all by his lonesome in a 1-on-3.
Yeah, and I think he heard somebody's booster actually jump up. So player is going to be planting the bomb over at B. Formal is going to shoot that dead body. Didn't know if that person was dead or not. He was dead, and it looks like he's going to be taken out from his side, and it's going to be 2-0 in favor of JustUs. And you know, you'd like to think OpTic went back and, you know, watched some of their tape against Denial and came up with some new strategies. It doesn't look like they really changed anything up.
And there you see Slacked just reacting to that red dot on his minimap. He's prepared, ready to execute. Small error by Formal, but in a 1v3, he's not expected to win that. We'll stay on board with OpTic for one more attack before going back over to the JustUs squad. Let's see what Nadeshot is going to do. Grabbing bomb early. He's going to look for probably a first pick down the middle. And off the break, you can see Slack taking out Scumpy. So already 3-on-4 in favor of JustUs. Formal going to answer back with a nice reaction up top, and Crim is going to take down Classic. So just like that, OpTic with the lead, and look how aggressive Crim is getting.
Yeah, I think on this map, you definitely need to be super aggressive. I think on defense, there's so many opportunities to, you know, hit one of these 3 lanes and really make a strong push at the start. I think on offense, you really need to get committed to one side and go right away. I think, you know, the reason OpTic was struggling the other night is they were playing way too slow on this map, and they were letting the other team, you know, get behind you through those up top areas, through the down low by A and flank. I think what they need to do now, in this situation, they just need to get bomb down and just try and win this round.
Not gonna lie, this feels like Counter-Strike to me when I watch Formal and Crim6 together. Now, did Crim see a second player? I thought I saw feet underneath that back container. And we'll see if he gets shot in the back. Formal was pushed up as Nadeshot got the bomb down at A. So still 3 up here for OpTic. Nadeshot with the Moors. Looking in that back middle, there is that player we thought we saw earlier. He's going to call that out. Formal not going to challenge. Krim is just going to wait and bait, see if that player will come to him.
Yeah, that was a cool spot right there from Krim, you know, able to see through that little crack all the way into the back of A, into the opposing team's spawn to see if they cross. But he sees this guy come middle, and he was able to take him out. That's Enable, and, you know, that's going to put OpTic Gaming on the board.
All right, so here we go. We're going to switch sides, going over to JustUs. They lead by 1 round as we get ready for round number 4. I should mention some chubby guy on the Giants scored. Cowboys down by 4. All right, here we go. Slacked on our screen with the Moors. Let's get it, boy.
Yeah, you know, he is just going to be jumping up and down, trying to get a pick, and he is taken out of the mid-air.
That's a headshot.
By Formal, and that is definitely a headshot. Formal probably sitting in the back right. Actually, Mochilla able to get an amazing shot onto Formal, able to take him out, and it looks like JustUs has full control over the A-bomb side.
Yeah, Enable won his 1v1 on this left side coming out the tunnel, so big win here as he's going to try and push down the middle of the map. The question is, where is that sniper set up? You know Nade Shot's going to have it in his back pocket somewhere. Already, more shots going down back at the spawn. Classic watching the flank, and Moch is red, trying to wait for that health to come back.
Yeah, it looked like somebody from OpTic Gaming tried to flank and take out Mochilla, and they just couldn't finish him off, and now that player is stuck in the back of the spawn. It looks like he has help from above. Looks like Classic is going to push that player in the back, or he's just going to wait and bait him out. And Classic's going to pick up that kill pretty easy. Yeah, and now it's just up to, I believe, that scum up top in the middle of this map right here.
Good luck, Chuck.
Yep.
And there we go. Shots on the way down. We'll see it one more time in the round-ending kill cam. Great job by Moch this game, just to stay alive this past round, as well as getting the jump shots. First on Formal, now it's Enable with the pogo shots, finishing off Scump up top. Nice round. JustUs ties it up 2 apiece.
Yeah, you know, this is actually, no, JustUs is actually going to take a 3-1
lead. Excuse me, 3-1 lead. Drunk monkey pucky here. I'm tired, bro. I've had so much coffee to get. It's been fantastic. But JustUs going in, round number 5, 3 away from taking this.
Yeah, and, you know, they've looked extremely strong. You know, you just hope, you know, as this series goes on, if you are a JustUs fan, that hard point, that slow start doesn't come back to bite you.
Taking a look at this left side of the map, only 1 player sent to watch it. You're going to see Classic playing very aggressive on the defensive end. He was able to pick up Krim for first blood. Switching through, Enable trying to make his way across top middle, throws on that mute. Doesn't see anything quite yet. Slacked patiently watching A.
And you see when you cycle through these players on JustUs, how far up they're pushed that the players from OpTic really don't move too much on this map. They really just haven't figured out how to play it yet. I think on defense, you can be so aggressive and get to the other team side of the map that, you know, if you're offense, you need to just pick a direction and just push right away.
40 seconds left in the round. OpTic running out of time.
Yeah, you know, imagine they're headed over towards A. Obviously, you know, no broadcaster mode, we can't see anything, but the way things are looking, they have to be planning an attack over towards A.
Enable trying to get the top spot, is going to spot and execute wisely, double backing down, player behind him, and those kills will be traded, but who took this one? It is going to be OpTic. There we go. 3-2, as we'll see it in our round-ending kill cam. Final kill coming in, I believe, is this Captain Krim?
No,
it's Nade Shot.
Yeah, it's Nade Shot. I think he flanked all the way around, and he was able to pick up this last player right here. I believe that's Mochilla. He took out. So, you know, they won that 3-on-3 situation. So, you know, big plays right there out of OpTic Gaming.
All right. Let's go back to OpTic, as they will be switching it up. And I want to see, how does Krim play this defense? Formal and Nade Shot seem to prefer the snipers, and I like the aggression immediately out of Krim. He gets tagged up right away. Nade Shot does hit the first pick on Moch, so 3-on-4, almost a 2-on-4 if Krim could finish that kill. More pressure on the left side, gets the call out, and I love the duo working in tandem here. Nice trade.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to play it, though. I mean, you trade that kill effectively, and now you put yourself in a better chance to win the round overall. I think they know there's another player down there. You saw 2 players from OpTic. I believe that's Formal and Krim, both on this left-hand side, watching that area. Just have to make sure Krim doesn't get too over-aggressive here. You know, you don't want him pushing in and getting killed without them being able to trade that.
So where are the best spots to post up on defense, in your opinion?
So, you know, a lot of people like that back left corner to throw a sniper. I think this map is just, there's so many opportunities to flank on defense. I think, you know, you can send one up into that top jungle area. You can even push straight down the middle of the map. Sometimes, you know, player doesn't even jump and look on that plat. You have this little cut right here that you can push and go up this yellow stairs to go to your right. I mean, there's so many different possibilities to be aggressive on defense.
All right, 3-3, 2 straight for OpTic Gaming. We're going into round 7, a tie ball game. And one more time, here is your round ending kill cam. Krim working with Scump on that left side. He gets your final kill as well. I guess a solid blast before he hit that rock. All right, here we go, switching it up. And let's see OpTic on the attack one more time. Now, Nadeshot's been carrying the bomb every time we've watched him. I want to see, do they give it to him once again? I assume so.
Yeah, I assume he, for this team, is going to carry the bomb. There was times during Ghost where it was actually Proofy who became the bomb carrier, but I don't think any of the other 3 have ever had the main job of carrying the bomb. But Krim is just going to walk straight through there, right?
Like,
a little reckless.
Sniper shots, no
Sniper
big
shot,
deal.
It doesn't matter. I'll just walk in a straight line sideways.
These caves, I feel like no one's really figured out how to play those quite yet. You can see very slow, patient play from OpTic so far. Formal throws on that mute before sneaking up.
Yeah, this is a map that Denial is extremely good at. You know, Zuma and Saints play so aggressive, and they would come straight through the caves, and they would just skip right behind you on the offensive side right away. I mean, just a really good strategy.
Nadeshot hunting. And he's going to get this bomb down at A. Plenty of cover. Formal there. You see also, you're going to have Krim 6 backing him up. And on the opposite side, Scumpy's still flirting with these caves.
Yeah, and he still has, you know, full exo ability pretty much to be able to use right now. So he can always hit that and go on a flank. But
shots at
2
A.
players down at A. Looks like Krim is going to be over there pretty much alone. He's going to die from the cuts. It looks like Scump, he's going to put some shots down over at A, not finish off anybody. And it looks like he is going to be in a very tough situation.
They know where he's at. Good stop on the bomb, but that's going to have plenty of time left. We're going to see Classic go for the defuse. So JustUs jumping back out to the lead here in round 7. They had a comfortable 2-round lead. Now they'll make it just 1 as they need 2 more. We'll see if they can get it done.
This would be a huge map win for JustUs.
Huge.
I mean, obviously, they would definitely need this map to stay alive. I don't think if they were to go down 2-0, they have a chance of winning 3 straight. But, you know, you win this map, if you're them, you have to be feeling pretty good about yourself. You know, you didn't play the best hardpoint game you know you can play. You made a little bit of a comeback in the second half. To win this search and destroy, you'd have to be pretty confident going into the 3rd map.
Dude, I'm so scared watching these snipers in the hands of Nadeshot and Formal. I'm like, come on, JustUs, you better not poke out. But with that said, does having 2 snipers make it easier to push up on the opposition side, kind of playing it safe in SMG or AR angles?
It does, because, you know, the sniper rifle in this game, the Moore, is pretty much the one that everybody use. You can use the Atlas. Some people opt for that one. It seems like you're celebrating a
Des Bryant got a touchdown.
You know, it's a one-shot gun, so you'll have to shoot it and then reload it, and, you know, it's a bolt. So, you know, if Nadeshot were to miss a shot or Formal were to miss a shot, it's extremely easy to just rush them right away.
All right, you see Krim getting first blood on Moch. Now still hunting, patrolling this middle. They know where he's at. He's hoping to draw out some fire. Now, he wasn't able to get this pick as he was taken down by Nabel from the left, but that calls it out to Nadeshot, who is just set up to watch A patiently. It's going to pay off. Now a nice trade. It's all OpTic at this point. The question is Slacked or Classic, who's going to make the push? One in the middle, and you see that was Formal dealing with it. Gets one more player in sight, and now it's going to be up to Scumpy to finish him off.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be Scump and Nadeshot against Slacked. Nadeshot not in a good position right now. He's kind of trapped in the corner. And no bomb plant, no kills right there at the end. You know, just kind of waited it out. So interesting round right there. You usually don't see too many rounds end like that.
Here we go, 4-4. Now it becomes a best of 3. First to win 2 rounds. We'll take this one. Cowboys up 30-28 over the Giants. I'm loving it though, man. OpTic JustUs, S&D. This is, I know a lot of people don't like this map. They don't like playing it in matchmaking, mostly because of the 2 sides that we see in kind of a hard point as well as some domination game modes. But for search, I feel it plays really well.
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting search map. Like you were saying, you know, sometimes with the dynamic maps and respawn in, you know, ranked play doesn't get voted too often. You know, it kind of changes the whole map. The flags move, the hard points moves. It's very confusing for somebody to understand, but first search and destroy, no dynamic maps elements that happen in search and destroy on this map. And I think it plays extremely well.
I love watching Krim off the break of an S&D. You can see once he gets one, he just gets this momentum rolling where he feels just no one can outshoot him in a 1v1. He's already got two, looking for a third, spots it, will not be able to connect, feels the pressure. Can he make it? 3, gets the assist. Nice save coming in from Formal. Last man standing is going to be Enable in a 1-on-3.
Yeah,
a 1-on-2, excuse me.
Krim was able to get out of there, and I don't even know how he lived through that. Looks like Enable able to kill Formal, though, on bomb. So, right now, it's going to be Enable against Crimsix.
Is Enable going to clutch this?
He knows bomb is down.
20 seconds, too. So,
yeah.
Not much time for Krim to work with.
There's a rooftop over on the other side that he can watch this from. So, the roof that Krim is looking at right there, if Enable were to lay down, he can see the bomb.
And Krim is just waiting for these shots from Enable to come in. Bomb planted with .04, it felt like.
Yeah.
As this one is going to be so tough for Enable. Pre-fire, and Krim gives up his position, quickly dipping out.
Those dead bodies, though, they stay forever. You can't really tell, you'd be surprised that could have been a guy in there.
And there's Enable with the clutch kill. Enable, 21 seconds left, is going to get there with 19 on the clock. And this one is going to be diffused. Big round, Enable in the 1v2, clutching it against OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big-time play right there, able to clutch against Formal and Krim. Krim didn't really cover Formal when he went to go plant, and, once bomb was down, Enable was able to dip on out of there and, set up a great 1v1 scenario for himself.
I really want to know where Enable came from on that last one. Let's switch sides and see, can JustUs tie up our series at 1 apiece after losing that first hard point on Detroit? Would love to answer back with a big win here on Retreat.
Yeah, I mean, a huge map win right here. I mean, that would be enormous for JustUs.
Recovery?
And their momentum. This is recovery.
Recovery, thank you.
You recovered.
I'm still learning
my
R letters. Yeah, we're good with these.
Yeah. So you're going to see JustUs. They're going to get that first blood, and they are going to get bombed down, and that is going to put them in great position. Mochilla taking out Scump and Crimsix right here. He's trying to get this third. He's chasing this one player, and the Slack's going to take out Formal, and I think it's all going to be up to Nadeshot.
Look at the movement. Moch knows where you're going, and he's going to shut it down. 6-4 is game number 2's final score. JustUs going to take it. Let's take a look at our final numbers after this game-ending kill cam.
Yeah, just great gameplay from JustUs and Mochilla right here in this final round, picking up 3, able to work through the middle of the map, using all that new EXO movement, making crazy plays, dipping and dodging out of traffic, and ending up killing 3 that final round, and really put JustUs in a pretty good spot in this series. We have Enable with 10-5. I mean, in that 1v1 clutch, I mean, you just go in.
Oh yeah, I mean, Enable, I think is definitely, it's his time to shine. You saw Moch putting up solid numbers. Slack was there. Everyone on JustUs really taking turns, and I like this squad when it comes to search. I like their take on search and destroy. It's not just wait, sit back, bait them out with snipers. They want to kind of catch you from a side and then everyone push at once.
Right, it's a new game, Advanced Warfare, with all the new abilities and movements. It changes the way search and destroy is played, and you have to be aggressive. We see too many teams that are trying to play way too slow, sniper heavy. It's just not working out.
All right, now we saw OpTic Gaming. We saw them CTF versus Rise last week. So they always would go down early and then mount an insane comeback side number 2. Can JustUs get out to that early lead and actually hold it over OpTic, or is OpTic a new team in CTF this week?
I think OpTic, playing more together and, just getting that teamwork and chemistry down, I don't think we're going to see that out of them. They should be able to kind of turn it on, have it on all the time. You don't really need to get your back against the wall before you turn it on. So I'm expecting to see a good performance out of them, but I wouldn't count JustUs out. Slack and Classic are 2 very capable objective game players.
All right, Wacko Man, I see you in the chat. Guys, let us know in the chat right now, who do you think is taking this game number 3? Capture the flag coming up next, all tied up, 1 apiece.